There was this time when a friend of mine, let's call him Bob, decided to take up a part-time job as a dog walker. Now Bob, he's the kind of guy who can't even keep a cactus alive. So of course, we all knew this was going to be a spectacle to behold. Now on his first day, Bob was handed the leashes of 7 dogs. Can you imagine that? 7 all at once. And Bob, being Bob, took the challenge head on. He walked out of the house, all 7 dogs scurrying around him. But then, something peculiar happened. Bob didn't walk the dogs, oh no, the dogs walked Bob. They dragged him around the park, into a pond, and even through a bustling farmer's market. Poor Bob, he looked like a rag doll being tossed around by 7 enthusiastic puppies. That reminds me of another friend, let's call her Lucy. Now Lucy has a peculiar habit, she loves to talk to her plants. She believes it helps them grow. One day she was having a rather intense conversation with her roses when her neighbor walked by. The neighbor, perplexed, asked her if she was okay. Lucy, without missing a beat, replied, "Oh, I'm fine, but I'm worried about the roses. They're not responding to my questions." And then there's the case of my cousin Joe. Joe has an uncanny knack for losing his glasses. The twist, they're always on his head. You'd think he'd learn, right? But no. Every day it's the same routine. "Where are my glasses?" he'd exclaim, searching high and low, and every day we'd point to his head and he'd slap his forehead in disbelief. It's like living in a sitcom, I tell you. Lastly, let me tell you about my Uncle Ted. Now, Ted is a man of many talents, but cooking isn't one of them. One time, he decided to surprise us with a homemade meal. He labored in the kitchen for hours, the smell of burning something wafting through the house. When he finally presented his masterpiece, we were left speechless. It was a dish that looked like lasagna, smelled like burnt rubber, and tasted like, well, let's just say we ordered pizza that night. So, there you have it. A glimpse into my life, which sometimes feels like a comedy show, a dog-walking disaster, a plant whisperer, a forgetful cousin, and a culinary catastrophe. It's all in a day's work in my world. And remember, the next time life gets too serious, just remember Bob being dragged around by dogs, Lucy's one-sided conversations with her roses, Joe's eternal quest for his glasses, and Ted's unforgettable lasagna. Because sometimes life is just one big comedy sketch, and all we can do is laugh along.